Welcome back to Interesting Talks with Footprints Counselling Service. I hope that you're well. And if you're new to this channel, welcome and do subscribe. You will see my videos as they come out. And if you're regular listeners, thank you for your support and do continue to leave comments. Today's talk is on living a fuller, happier life. This is something we all want to have, no doubt. Happiness is entirely within your control. You just have to release the idea that you can find happiness from external sources. You can create happiness within yourself by changing your attitude towards your life and improving your mindset. I've split this into 3 sections: let go, discover, and take action. We'll cover all of these things we need to let go of in our life for a fuller life. The parts of you that you need to discover, the actions that you need to take in order to live your best life. Letting go. There's so many things we need to let go of in our life that the list is short compared to what you probably do need to let go of. Now, learning to let go of things that no longer serve you is an imperative in your path to a happier life. So one thing that I find that people seem to think that they have to have, number 1, let go of perfection. Nothing slows down happiness and growth faster than a relentless pursuit of perfection. It stops you in your tracks, frozen with the endless edits, tinkers and changes to create your idea of perfection. You will never be happy if you are constantly in pursuit of perfection, because perfection is unobtainable. You can perceive something as perfect, but if you constantly search for perfection, you will only ever find more and more flaws. You are coming from a headspace that leads to you to believe it's just not good enough. And that negative headspace can be filled with more tinkering, more changing. It can only be filled with love and acceptance if you let go of this pursuit of perfection. Let go of trying to get everything perfect, do everything imperfectly, breathe through the nagging thought that it isn't perfect. You'll be surprised of how much stress is left behind. 2, let go of the idea that you know everything. Absolutely impossible. As we become teenagers and adults, we develop this mindset that we know everything. And to not know everything is to be weak or vulnerable. Let go of the idea and start questioning everything you think you know. The concept that you know everything and that you are always right is a closed mindset. You can't learn or grow and change if you aren't open to new ideas and ways of thinking. Practice saying things like, I don't know that. What do you think about this? And is this true? Or is this something I have just known my whole life? Question your reality, because it might be just repeating old and outdated ideas. So you're stuck in a rut if you continue that way. 3, let go of your ego. Your ego is a wonderful tool at times, but when your ego gets too bossy, it becomes a problem. What is the ego? The ego is your idea of self. The ego makes you act for the appearances instead of the principles. When you're performing for imaginary people's imaginary expectations for you, you can only lose, because you're creating the expectations and making them totally unrealistic. It's a constant practice to let go of your ego, practice gratitude and letting go of those all-consuming thoughts around being perfect or being egotistical. 4, let go of constant comparisons. If you really want to learn how to live a fuller, happier life, you have to stop comparing yourself to other people. Comparing yourself to others is futile because you aren't the same. You haven't walked in their shoes. You don't have their resources or skill sets. You are different, and focusing on comparing yourself to them will only bring negative results. Comparison ultimately results in resentment, deprives you of joy in your life, because instead of focusing on all that you have, you focus on how you aren't enough. Be inspired by other people and use it to propel your goals forward, but keep your eyes on your own unique life. 5. Let go of focusing on negative solutions or negative situations. I hate the phrase, think positive, because it's misunderstood. It doesn't mean ignore your problems and feelings. It means get creative, find another solution, think outside of the box. It's so easy to focus on the bad that is happening to you, but try to focus on all the lack and practice gratitude and focus on all that you have rather than what you don't have. Redirect your attention to potential solutions to your problems. If necessary, reach out for help if you need it. You can control how you perceive and handle situations. For example, life is hard and you're down and you can't stop feeling sad even though you're doing your best to avoid it. Change your mindset. Try a new approach. Sometimes just sit down with your feelings. Feel them fully. Face them so they can then pass. Don't focus on the negatives out of your control. Focus on the positives. Things to be grateful for. All that you have that's positive in your life. Discover. Life is full of lessons, surprises that are constantly waiting to be discovered. However, the most important discoveries are found inside of you. Inside of you. So discover your values, who you are, what do you believe in. If you want to learn how to live a fuller, happier life, start by working out who you really are and what you truly believe in. And what are your values are. Not what other people's values are, what they tell you to believe in, but what you really believe in yourself. Once you know who you are and what you value and what you want to be, live your life in this way. Despite what others may think of your choices, they don't count when it comes to your happiness. Only you do. 7. Discover self-compassion. Life is hard, confusing, messy. You aren't God. You are just a person trying to figure out, like the rest of us, what it's all about. Give yourself a break. Don't think you have to have it all figured out. Always speak to yourself with kindness, even after you've done something that you didn't like doing or you got it wrong. Learn from your mistakes and be kind to yourself, and you will be so much happier after all. It's hard to be happy if someone is living in your head, constantly telling you or being mean and horrible to yourself, i.e. telling yourself negative stuff. Doesn't work. 8. Discover how to live with no regrets. When I was younger, I saw a motivational quote printed on a wall. When you want to do something, do it right away. Do it when you can. It's the only way to live a life without regrets. I still remember this because it's so true. Do what you want to do when you can do it. Don't wake up at 70, 80, 100 years of age and realize that you have regrets. Money comes around, time doesn't. Time is infinite. It's fixed. If you want to do something, go for it. Do it. Live now. Live your life now, because you never know when you wake up and you'll be regretting things that you never did. Very few people regret things they did do. There's a heavier list on those things that I wish I'd have done, but you didn't do them. 9. Discover balance. If you want to learn how to live a fuller, happier life, you need to find balance. Do more things you love. Have fun. Spend time finding balance in areas that you are lacking. For example, a workaholic will most likely need to have adventure. Someone who is constantly stressed may need to incorporate yoga or some form of meditation into their routine. Find a way to stabilize your actions and your emotions to live a happier life. Here we come, number 10. Discover your self-expression. If you learn how to express yourself emotionally, creatively, you will find a new world of happiness and fulfillment. Embrace your inner artist. Speak your truth. Say how you truly feel, fearlessly. Part of living authentically is expressing who you are, even if people don't like it. Live your truth. Find your tribe. You are a wonderful, important, and you can find your happiness by expressing who you really are. Take action. Taking action in life is only helpful if your actions help you stay true to your authentic self. Practice the actions that I am about to speak to you of to learn how to live a fuller, happier life. 11. Leave your comfort zone. Many people don't like doing that. To live your fullest life, it means you have to leave your comfort zone to achieve your goals. Everything you want is on the other side of that comfort zone. Fear and happiness may seem like opposites, but they aren't. Fear is just the step to help you up to the cookie jar that is happiness. To get there, you must be brave enough to get on the step and risk falling off. 12. Take one day at a time. Focus on living your best day each day. Don't focus on how bad the past has been or what the future could be. Every day is a new day, and your past mistakes were lessons for you to apply to today, so you don't repeat your mistakes. Focus on how you can improve today to be happier and fulfilled and hit your goals in the future. 13. Surround yourself with people who lift you up. You're only as happy as your environment. If you're surrounded by negative people who don't believe in you and try to keep you down, your ability to be happy and fulfilled will be capped. If there are people in your life trying to sabotage your happiness, you will have a difficult time overcoming those negative emotions. You are a combination of the 5 people you hang out with the most. So make sure they're on your team, and you will spend positive time and positive energy with them. Don't be afraid to change your people. You're doing them a favor as well. 14. Do what makes you happy. Not everyone is going to understand what you are doing, and people will try to tell you that you are crazy and hold you back. However, if it makes you happy and fulfilled, do it anyway. Prove them wrong. Innovators have to push the boundaries of what is possible, and this applies to your life. You are an innovator yourself too. Your project is your life. You have to be willing to continue down your path despite negative voices that may come your way. This is so true. I personally believe it should be written in stone, so it lasts forever, so any generation can pick up on that possibility. 15. Take personal responsibility. It's time to take action and take personal responsibility for your life. Bad things happen to people every day, and you have to stop blaming other people and situations for bad experiences. This is simple but vital mindset shift because it takes control back. If you are responsible for everything that happens to you, and you do, then you can change it. Take responsibility for each thing that happens to you, and use the knowledge you gain to prevent the same mistakes happening in the future. However, and this is the key, don't use it to blame or torture yourself about how a bad person you are. Use it to learn and apply it to the future without self-shaming. None. So final thoughts on this talk. Final thoughts that I have. Learning how to live a fuller, happier life is completely in your control. It's all about attitude, mindset, actions taken to create the life you want. It can be scary and overwhelming, but if you take small steps and practice gratitude, you can find your happiness. You deserve to be happy. So choose it. Thank you for listening. We all have self-defeating thoughts that we need to fight. We have negative situations in society. But by putting these ideas into play in our lives, we can live a fuller, happier life. Do share, leave comments and likes. Until 2 weeks' time, stay safe and try and stay positive. Bye for now.